Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, millennials.
How are our favorite millennials you're going through? Maybe someone out there can help you.
I currently can't get into my Instagram account.
What's the problem?
Which is so many different problems. They send me an email link, I click it, it doesn't work. Password reset, all this garbage. Nothing works. It's only been a half hour, so I'm not like freaking out.
You are freaking out, and I just want to let you know, like, you can't let it affect today's show. We have way too much
No,
on this.
it won't.
Like,
I'm fine.
Okay, because the sequel is never as good as the first movie.
Yeah, especially when the sequel gets derailed by a personal problem. No, but I'm totally fine.
You're ready
Today's
to do the
still
show?
gonna be premium content. If anybody watching works for Instagram, please contact me and help me after the show.
Yeah, because he's
That's
really
it.
struggling. And just from what I've seen, like, it doesn't seem like there's something majorly wrong. It's just like something's not connecting.
Yeah,
there's a connection that's missing.
Something is missing.
Yes, I agree. Well, we have so much going down on today's show for you today, because not only is Blunt here, and he's going to help me help you get informed this morning, we are going to talk about a couple major things that have happened recently, and then Catherine Cooper from Southern Charm Savannah will be joining us later, but there's too much to get through before we can even go there. There's two things I want to start talking about. First of all, I don't know if you're aware of this, but today is the 3-year anniversary of us in Nantucket being on the boat. And
This weekend?
This day.
Wow.
And being in tune or not in tune with what's necessary. We have a couple photos reminiscent from our trip. We were such cuties back then.
Are we showing photos?
We're showing photos on the stream right now.
That's so fun. Which
Yeah.
photos?
There's one of you and Claudia. There's one of me and you.
Like
and
us
there's
in front of like that restaurant at night? Is that the one?
No, actually.
I'm wearing an anchored shirt.
No, actually.
Wow.
And then there's a selfie of me on the boating mirror in the background, and you might be able to tell behind the sunglasses that I'm dead on the inside. Anyway, so it's just a big day for us.
That was a really fun trip.
We should go back. I know Claudia would never.
No, she would never go back. I would go back. We went to see Dan Humphrey's band.
Mothixer.
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 M-O-T-H-M-O-X-T. M-O-T-H-X-R?
I think it's M-O-T-H-X-R.
Whatever.
Mothixer.
Safe to say that because you don't know it, it was a flop.
But I'm pretty sure it's pronounced mother, but why the X? It's Mothixer.
It was all terrible.
It was all pretty terrible, but like, we literally made memories that will last a lifetime, and that's what trips are all about.
Yes.
Treacherous or not.
But when you break it down, we went to Nantucket to see Dan Humphrey in a Z-list band.
For sure,
but the trip was fantastic.
The trip was fantastic. We were working. It was a free trip, like, all around.
It's true.
And so even though we didn't have the best time, we never, like, felt badly like we spent so much money because it was free. We were working.
It was?
Yeah. We went with that app.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
It was
that
just
app,
hilarious.
It was hilarious.
Anyways.
Those were the days.
Good times. Those were the days. We need to, like, get back on it. You know, we need to make new memories, because the only thing worse than, like, not having new memories is telling the same stories over and over again.
Totally.
And we're not there yet, but I could so see us
We're
getting
really
there.
close.
We're really close.
I agree.
But in honor of our 3-year anniversary, today's show will be very in tune with what's necessary. If the little boy who was anchoring the boat, if his dad's watching, just know that we are in tune with what's necessary. I wonder where that little boy is now.
Probably 3 years older, still in Nantucket.
He's probably, like, going through puberty, like, even less in tune with what's necessary.
Yep.
And getting yelled at left and right.
Yep. Was it his mother who was yelling at him?
No, it was his father.
Oh, mean guy.
Son, you are not in tune with what's necessary. I can't and I shan't. Also, obviously last time you were on the show, it was great, and I was so excited to invite you back. But there was something that happened that I needed to get to the bottom of.
What happened?
Which is why, the major reason why you're here.
Okay.
Hairgate at Nobu.
Oh, yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm okay because if anybody follows me on my Instagram, rest in peace. You see that the next day I had the best meal of my life, so it was counteracted. But let's focus on Nobu.
Let's focus on Nobu.
For people that don't know,
take us from the beginning,
yes,
please.
for people that don't know, Claudia and I went to Nobu, had a meal. Like every meal that I have, I take pictures of it. I'm like going across my tuna, like, ooh, this tuna looks great. And then, like, I get my next dish. Ooh, this fluke looks great. I eat it. I enjoy my meal. I leave the restaurant. All of a sudden, I'm checking DMs, and everybody's like, Ben, there is a hair in your food. Hair. I'm like, oh, my God. And I go back. I look at the video, and there is a curly hair in my food.
And you know it was not yours because you filmed it right when they put it down. There wasn't time for it to be yours.
There was not time for it to be mine. People are saying like, oh, it looks like one of your chest hairs. Yeah, but I think it was a little more curly. It was not my hair. They had just put it down.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Also, other people have chest hair too.
Yeah.
Anyways, personally, that's my worst nightmare. I have to be honest. I don't know. I think if that had happened to me, like I would have gone home and threw up and like just seen the hair in the toilet bowl.
So the reason why I don't care that much is because I know that we all inhale hairs of other people on a daily basis.
We in hairs.
We in hairs?
Inhale hairs.
In hairs. It was really gross. But like, I don't know. The whole idea, think about soup. I eat so much soup.
Soup
and then
is
I think about the fact that like I get soup from the corner diner where like, can we talk about like sexual things? Like
sure.
They totally like just
Jizz.
chuck their loads straight in that pot.
Do you want to hear a disgusting story that might make you feel better about what you experienced?
Sure.
And it happened to me, and so it makes it even worse.
Okay.
And I'm not going to defame the restaurant because I actually do like it, but I once ordered soup from a restaurant. I ate the whole thing.
Yep.
This is so disgusting, I'm going to throw up, and I'm so sorry. And once I was done, I like felt something stuck in my gum, and it was a small hair.
Ew.
How horrible is that?
That's gross.
That's gross.
Yeah, that's gross.
So stay away from soup. Make your own soup. Anyways, I'm waiting truly. Like, I want nobody to do right by you and either apologize or like give you a free meal because that is an atrocity.
We've been a ton. Like I've been like 4 times in the last month.
And it's a great restaurant.
It's fine. Now that I have a hair, it's done.
It's over. I actually don't know. It's
over.
I definitely won't go back to that location, but like downtown is a totally different vibe. But they have their own problems downtown.
It's over for me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm really sorry you had to go through that. But
Thank you for making me relive it.
I'm glad you've had the opportunity to really speak out on the issue and draw attention to this issue that's plaguing restaurant goers nationwide.
It is. It is.
And it's just so crazy
we
how
need
like,
hairnets.
Without Instagram and like, you know, this whole like foodie culture, you never would have known.
Never. Should have eaten it, gone on with my life.
The fluke was a fluke.
And I'm not going to lie, my life would have been better if nobody told me. Because I just would never have known. Whatever. Instead, it's like this whole, like, now I just have, like, PTSD every time, like, I see a piece of fish. I'm like, ooh.
And now there's a hair tree growing in your stomach.
There could be.
Oh, my God. But I think you actually eat a lot of hair because of Theo. Like, because he's a hair maniac.
Claudia always makes fun of me for the amount that I clear my throat. But in reality, I probably have just like fur balls caught in my throat.
100%.
Because Theo does not sleep with his mother. He sleeps with his father every single night, curled up in my armpit, which is so cute, but like there's so much hair in my throat.
For sure. We have a conspiracy theory that's brewing in the chat right now. Do you think that Nobu took down your Instagram?
Wow.
It could be.
No, I don't.
Okay.
That would be some theory.
Plot twist.
That would be some theory.
Oh, so we're getting a lot of questions for you. Are these Claudia's dirty jeans 5 days in a row?
Actually, they were not ripped, and I had a fatal fall. Not fatal, I guess, because I'm here, but I tripped on my way here.
You're lying. That's your favorite joke.
I tripped.
That's your favorite joke, and it's
these
old as shit.
No, these are not Claudia's jeans. They're my jeans. I like trying to be like on trend and cool sometimes. Like sometimes I'll wear like white shorts and a bright short sleeve button down.
Right.
Or sometimes I'll wear like ripped jeans, like cool kids.
Do you find that now that you're losing weight and that you've lost a lot of weight, that your style is evolving?
No. But my style just looked better than it did.
Okay.
Like the fact that I wore these jeans 20 pounds ago, I don't even want to know what these jeans looked like on me 20 pounds ago, because right now they're still tight.
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
I know.
Are you going to get to the phase soon where you're going to have to start buying new clothes, or you're still good?
I did that
just
once.
Your clothes look better.
I did that once, and it was a huge mistake.
Yeah, counting your chickens before they hatch.
I didn't even, it was even worse. I loved some of my clothing, and I had it tailored. Like, I just had like let's say it was a size 36 jeans made into a 33. And
That's really brave of you to just say your size on the show.
Oh, is that brave?
Yeah, good for you.
Well, right now, I'm back to a 36. But at one point, I was at a 33. At one point, I was at a 38.
You were at a 33 like years ago?
Years ago. Okay, remember the 1 minute that I was skinny?
Yeah, when you came to Colgate.
Yes. And those, I had all of my jeans made into a size 33, and now they are just literally archived. It's like art. I just have like
You got to get rid of them.
Like literally thousands of dollars worth of clothing just sitting there that nobody can wear.
You got to get rid of them because you know what I realized? Even when you get back to that size and you can fit into it, you're going to want to buy new clothes because you're going to be so excited. So you're not even going to wear your old shit. So you should just get rid of them.
I should get rid of them.
Clean slate. When you move, that's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Are you excited to move?
Yes, because we are busting out of that apartment.
It's true.
You can attest.
Even Theo, his toys are just...
everywhere.
There's no room for toys for the boys.
None. No room. Our luggage is in our living room.
No, I know.
We have no room.
I know. I'm excited for you guys to move on to the next chapter.
We're busting out.
Except I'm going to miss being neighbors. I don't know how that's going to work.
True.
Okay. Are you ready to hear the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We should play like some music. Like, are you ready? Like with that? Is that like a...
Yeah, we could do... Or you could provide the music.
I understand. Yeah, but no, once I check my phone.
Oh, no. You can't check your phone.
I can't check it now.
Okay, our first story is really sad and breaking news, but Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, has passed away at the age of 76. I'm sorry.
She's not 36. She's an older woman. This news made me very, very sad. I feel like she took a turn very, very quickly. Like she was not sick for that long. And I think she literally just went into hospice like yesterday.
Like last week, I believe we were reporting on it.
And it's very, very sad. Queen of music, literally.
Yeah.
She's like Queen of
Soul.
Queen of Soul. She's in every single bar mitzvah ever.
Ever. And will be till the
forever.
End of time.
She's like...
And that's the kind of legacy you can only hope to leave, is like, you will be at every major happy occasion for people for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, like bar mitzvahs are literally centered around playing music that makes people happy. Like that is what that music does.
Totally.
Makes people happy. Getting all choked up.
Here are the deets. Aretha Franklin died Thursday at her home in Detroit following a battle with cancer. Her publicist confirmed to the AP. The Queen of Soul was 76 years old. She was born in Memphis, Tennessee in 1942, the daughter of a pastor and a civil rights activist. She has left an amazing legacy, and she will be greatly missed.
I did not know that she had cancer.
I don't think I realized that either. That's just really sad.
So then maybe she didn't take a turn that quickly.
Perhaps not, but maybe we just didn't have all the information because it's actually none of our business.
None of our business.
Right.
None.
But anyways, this is just going to be, this is a big loss for the music community, and I really feel like it's the end of an era, because she was just so iconic. And
100%.
It's hard to find talent like that these days. As you can see, we are all struggling. So this is a big loss.
Agreed.
Do you want to sing a little tribute?
Of respect?
Of respect.
R-E-S-P-C-T. That's all I got.
Say a little prayer.
What song is that?
Say a little prayer for me.
You're doing it good.
Forever and ever.
I get in my heart and I love you forever.
Honestly.
And ever. Isn't that from what Disney movie?
I don't know.
They put it in a Disney movie.
They have good taste over at Disney.
They do.
Yeah, and honestly, we're not doing her justice, so maybe just go listen to her on Spotify because this is an atrocity.
I can't sing Aretha. There are certain things that I can sing. She's too talented.
Yeah.
Like when you're that level of talent, don't try and sing it. Just play it.
Speaking of talent, you were caught on film singing with Lauren Elena this weekend.
Yes.
Josh Groban.
Yes.
How was that for you?
That was amazing. That was really amazing. At that point, I was really, really drunk. So the way that I'll just backtrack 10 minutes. You, Claudia, and Margot, Jackie, Claudia, and Margot, went down backstage. Lauren Elena, me, and Mames originally were not invited to the party. So I'm like, fuck this, Mames. Let's go and get drunk. So we went. I must have pounded 10 shots at MSG.
Did he?
No, he had a beer and a shot.
Okay, he had a shot. That's good.
I made him have a shot.
Good, thank you. Of what?
Tequila.
Woo, Mames.
Yeah. And then we go down, and somehow Lauren is standing there, and she I guess we pointed to her, something, we go down. We get into the dressing room, before I know it, I don't really know how, we're just vibing, me and Lauren, and I start singing with her.
You whip it out.
I whip it out.
You whip out the Groban.
And I think that I forgot that I was singing with such a talented country star that I really didn't let her sing much. It was really me. She was harmonizing with me.
She was, but she was an amazing harmonizer.
Unbelievable.
And I need to take harmony lessons because I've recognized that that's my role, here on the Musical Morning Show is to harmonize. And, I understand why that is. But if I could really get good at it like she was, I really could compliment like you and Claudia when you guys hit the big notes.
Totally. She was an amazing harmonizer, and that concert was just incredible.
Incredible.
She killed it.
And we were so excited because Claudia and I like really felt like you and Zach would just love Luke Combs as well.
Yeah, he was good.
He was great.
He was really good.
But I feel like you guys were like so into Lauren Elena. I didn't see that one coming.
I've never been to a concert at a venue like that. We were at Madison Square Garden where it was the first time that person had been in a concert venue like that. Like Lauren could not stop crying on stage, and it was just like, she wasn't jaded. She was genuinely like excited to be in this moment, which you never ever see when you get to a venue of that size. Do you know what I mean?
I totally agree.
Like Madison Square Garden's always like, okay, I know I'm great. That's why I just sold out 25,000 tickets. I've made it. She was very like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Like constantly taking deep breaths and then just killing it. Like I was really, really so impressed. She was great. Like Luke Combs just like knows he kills it.
Yeah.
He got up there.
He's
He's like, I've been at MSG before. It was just.
He has been?
He has been.
Oh.
I think.
How did we miss him?
Yeah, he was really good. Really, really good.
He's great. He's just got that swagger, that
Yeah.
country music swag.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next story. I know we've sort of tried to talking about them, but I just found this headline really interesting, and I feel like you would be into it. Pete Davidson can only afford groceries in Ariana Grande's $16 million apartment. Ariana Grande is definitely the breadwinner in her relationship with Pete Davidson, but Davidson is the bread keeper. The SNL star admitted to GQ that Grande purchased their reported $16 million New York City pad, but he's in charge of the groceries. That explains why they're always at Whole Foods. Quote, she's really sweet. She's like, this is our house. And I'm like, you're very nice for saying that. Thank you for letting me stay here, he said. She's like, we're getting married. And I'm like, I know, thank you for letting me stay here. They're still decorating the apartment and are in need of some flatware. It's like we have 6 bean bags, but we have no forks. You know what I mean? Yes, I do. We're learning how to be adults. We're having a really fun time. That's really cute.
It is.
And relatable.
It is.
I don't know about the bean bags, but I understand not having forks. And it's like, you're engaged, so you're not going to register for nice flatware right now. But then it's like, you don't have forks.
Totally. I want to go shopping with him.
I feel
You
like...
think he's a good grocery shopper?
No, he's way too skinny. The two of them are too skinny to know what's good.
Totally. Just seamless.
Right, it's like easy. He does, like they say he has to pay for groceries, but like that's all relative because the two of them are so small and frail that doesn't really add up to much. But if he were paying for the groceries in my household, you know, he might have to take out a loan.
Also, let's be honest. He doesn't need to pay for anything.
No, but you know, you want to feel good, you know.
No, I know. So they're engaged. They're a family. It's just family
right,
money
the fact
now.
that they're engaged like makes it better. But you know, he is also a star.
Very
in his own
successful.
right. So he could pick up the check here and there.
He can, but like they just, in order for that relationship to work, they just need to get like they're one person. Yeah. Otherwise, he's always going to get caught up, and it's clear that he like doesn't care, which is great. But there are just some people that you can't compete with.
I agree.
Ariana Grande is one of them.
I also appreciate the clarity on why they have 6 bean bags, because if you watch their Snapchats and stuff, like they have this huge apartment with no furniture, and now I guess we understand why, because they're like in this limbo of being engaged and having bean bags. Now I want a bean bag, honestly.
Yeah, but wait, I don't understand.
Like, so they moved into this apartment, and like they're figuring it all out. They're figuring out how to adult, and honestly, decorating an apartment is a huge part of adulting.
It's not that hard. Buy a fucking couch.
No, it's really hard. You can't just buy a couch when you're Ariana Grande. Like, you have to have a decorator. Like, you need wallpaper, you know?
No, I know, but like the first thing you can do is just buy a couch.
Yeah, or 6 bean bags.
I guess.
Where would you recommend buying a couch from?
Where would you recommend buying a couch from?
Z Gallery. I have the best couch in the land. Have you been to my apartment?
No, fun fact. Margot and Olivia have lived in their apartment for 2 years. I have never been to...
Still never been there?
Nope, never been invited. Jackie and Zach moved in 8 months ago now. Never been to their apartment.
6 months.
It's not ready.
It's
not
ready.
ready to be shown.
It's ready.
Ooh, now it's ready. I'm having an all-girls night. Yeah,
could've-
literally screw you. How many times do you just come over knocking in the middle of the night looking for somewhere to stay?
What? How many times do you call me up and say, Anastasia's number 1. We need you to take care of Theo.
Yeah, because you live down the block.
Can you please come over?
By the way, cherish it while you can.
I know.
Because once I'm uptown, there are
It's
going to be
over.
people closer.
I know.
You're Aunt Sneecha's number 1 because you are down the block.
Well, you'll see. That's where my true colors really shine.
Totally.
Anastasia's number 1 never sleeps.
Okay.
No matter near or far, wherever you are, Tiggs is my nephew.
It's true.
That will never change.
It's true.
Also, it's like 20 blocks.
I'm just saying.
In the grand scheme of things.
And a couple avenues.
A couple.
Why don't we just tell them where we're moving?
Those avenues are what they kill you.
Yeah.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, Z Gallery is where I got my couch. You would love my couch.
Okay. Expensive.
I don't even know like how much couches are supposed to cost. Like, how do you get a not expensive couch other than like picking one up off the side of the street? You know?
I don't know. Like
I think mine was like median price.
Like ours, our current couch was from Macy's.
Okay.
Which was a good deal, but yeah, it's still very expensive.
Right.
Like, can you get a couch for like under $1,500?
I mean, I'm sure that you can.
No, can you get like a nice couch?
Like a new couch.
A new nice couch.
It's tough.
New
and
nice comfy couch. Comfy.
Yeah.
Comfy is key.
Yeah.
Because it can
tough.
look nice, but can you sleep on it? My current couch looks nice.
But you can't sleep on it.
Can't sleep on it.
But you guys are going to get a new couch when you move, right?
Yeah. Does anybody want to buy my couch?
A new, nice, comfy couch for less than $1,500? It does exist.
It does exist. It's called resold.
Yeah.
It's called secondhand. It's not new. But it smells like me, and like might have one or two of my boogers under it.
You know what? You can sell them on eBay. The boogers. How much do you think they go for?
$3. $3 a boog.
People are saying you can get a little over $400 on Wayfair. Got a sectional. It's beautiful. You can get a couch for $700.
And it's comfortable?
I looked all over Wayfair, you guys. I don't know. I didn't see what you're seeing.
Interesting. Okay. I'll look.
Anyways, next time you do brunch on the toast, you should come over a little early for a cup of coffee. I'll make you a nice coffee, and then you can get the grand tour.
Okay.
That
sounds nice. Yes.
Okay. Speaking of homes, you can now live in Bella Swan's house from Twilight for $350,000. About 3 things Bella Swan is absolutely positive. First, Edward was a vampire. Second, she was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. And third, her house is for sale. Okay, that was unnecessary. The film featured as Bella's home in Twilight has been listed for $349,900, so $100 shy of $350,000. I love when they do that. It's like $99.99.
Yeah, but you wouldn't buy it if it was $100. It plays with your brain.
That's crazy.
It's true, though.
After years of being used in all 5 of the films from the franchise, Bella's house, as the family calls it, has 4 bedrooms and 2 baths in the 2,500 square foot single-family residence, which underwent a slight redesign for its use in the films. Okay.
Where is it?
Where is it? Is it in Forks? It's got to be.
I'm just trying to figure out where a $2,500 house is selling for $350,000.
In Oregon.
In Oregon.
And here's the thing, like, just don't get it twisted, because this isn't the Cullen house, which is like a glass mansion. This is Bella's house where she like had a lot of sleepless nights with her dad, you know?
Yeah, I can't think of anywhere that I'd want to live less.
Right, I want to live in the Cullen house, so when that goes on the market, let me know.
No, I mean, I don't want to live in any house that was used in a spooky movie.
It's not super spooky.
It's pretty spooky.
I guess.
It's about vampires and like weird shit.
I guess.
I don't know. I'm not like a huge Twilight guy, but I've seen them and they're spooky.
At its height, I was into Twilight, but now it's like it plays on FX all the time, and I can't do it anymore. Have you seen the movie The Internship with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn? It's the greatest movie ever.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Love it.
I recommend everyone just to watch it for some good laughs.
It's almost as good as The Intern, which I loved.
But also great, but so different. And
different.
And that's what makes them both so great.
But isn't that movie great?
That movie is great. That movie
that's with,
brings a tear to your eye. Robert De Niro and Hathaway.
Yes. And I expected that to stink.
Well, Nancy Meyers knows what's up.
It was a great movie.
It was a great movie. You should watch the both of them. Mm-hmm. But The Internship just really makes me want an internship at Google.
Yes. Hilarious.
But I'm not googly enough, I don't think. I'm too introverted.
Mm-hmm.
But you know Rebecca, she works at Google. She is so googly. I feel like you're kind of...
She's pretty googly.
She's so googly. She's so outgoing and she's cool, but she's also approachable. You know, she's like Queen Google.
She's googly.
Yeah, so compared to her, I've got no googliness in me. But I feel like you're pretty googly.
I could be googly.
You could be googly. Anyways... So, just a fun
Maybe
fact.
one day.
Maybe one day. Okay, my 4th story I would never have chosen, but because it's for you. Because I want to get your take on it. It's a very brunch story.
Okay.
Fat Joe walks out of a steakhouse over dress code issue. Rap legend Fat Joe walked out of Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Greensboro, North Carolina last week when one of his entourage's outfits was deemed incompliant with the establishment's strict dress code.
You didn't even tell me about the story? I have so many things to say.
Quote, ban Ruth's Chris. You think at Fat Joe is not appropriately dressed for your restaurant? Shame on you, businesswoman and socialite Lauren Rittinger posted on Instagram, along with a picture of her in the wrapper in which she is wearing a Givenchy tee. But we hear the issue was actually that someone in his posse was wearing track pants. You mean joggers? They were offered a private dining room in order to solve the issue and give them privacy, but chose not to eat there. The dress code on the restaurant's website says business casual and that proper attire is required.
Great.
So
where would you like me to start?
Start from the beginning. I'm going to take a back seat, and because I can't remember the last time I've been to a steakhouse.
I was going to say, because there are two pieces to this. One is Ruth's Chris, which I don't know if you've told the story of Ruth's Chris on the show. I
have, but we have a lot of new viewers. Claudia's told it, so please tell it.
Okay, or should I start with dress code?
Start with Ruth's Chris.
Okay. Picture it. 2011. Claudia and I are just starting to get, not 2011, 2013. Claudia and I are just starting to get hot and heavy.
Ooh.
We decided to take our first vacation to Puerto Rico, which was and will be again our favorite destination. Close, warm,
you don't need a passport.
Gambling, English, driver's license.
Driver's license.
It's fantastic. We go there at the time. Times are tough. We're staying at the Intercontinental.
You're just a couple of kids.
Yeah, just a couple of kids looking for a cheap room. We're eating, we're having a nice time. We go downstairs, and we stumble into this steakhouse. And it was the greatest meal of my whole life. We could not stop talking about how I got a pan-crusted halibut. Claudia got a filet. It was just divine. I go after, I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, I just had the best steak meal of my life. This place, Ruth's Chris, it's unbelievable. Like, you have to come to Puerto Rico to try it. She's like, Ben, Ruth's Chris is like the biggest steak chain. There's one on 42nd Street. So that is my story of Ruth's Chris. I thought it was indigenous to the island of Puerto Rico.
Well, Claudia told us
there are
story
90 of them.
That you guys thought it was like a Puerto Rican restaurant called Ruth's Chris.
It's possible. That's funny.
So now it's Ruth's Chris. Okay, thank you for that. So you're a fan of Ruth's Chris.
Love, but the second I have an issue with a dress code, I have an issue with the place. I am with Fat Joe. And I went to a restaurant once. I was wearing a hat. They wouldn't let me in without wearing my hat. You know what the problem with that is? Why are you wearing a hat?
Because you're having a bad hair day?
Correct.
So
or you didn't do your hair.
Right, so your hair looks worse under the hat.
Correct. So when I take off my hat, it ruins my night. And dress code, I'm sorry, this is not the 1930s. Like, you can look cool and business casual not wearing a suit. Like, if you're not going to the plaza, Ruth's Chris is not the plaza. And neither is the place that I'm talking about, which I will not give some bad PR to.
Okay. Well, I'm of two minds on this. Because on the one hand, I appreciate a dress code. As someone who dresses up for everything except for the airport, because you guys treat us like animals, so I'm going to look like an animal. Like, it's nice when you go to a place and everyone else is dressed up and, like, you know, people these days really don't dress up, and it's a problem of our generation. Everyone looks like a slob. But
they look like a slob and they're wearing nice designers, for example.
Okay,
like
right.
That's the difference that needs to be met. Like, sneakers, regular Adidas sneakers are not the same thing as Gucci sneakers. Like, know that the person went through the time to get dressed up. It's not your version of dressed up.
No,
do you know what I'm saying?
Well, so that's like this my second. So first of all, I like the art of dressing up, and you know what? At a steakhouse, I appreciate that they're trying to keep it that way. But then there's like this new era of streetwear where Fat Joe's wearing a Givenchy t-shirt, and personally, I think that is acceptable. It's like the Dorit Erica Jane Moschino t-shirt dress straight off the runway saga. Like, I thought Erica was totally dressed appropriately, even though, she's technically wearing a t-shirt. That's the style she's wearing with boots. Like, you know, she went hours, like,
that's exactly what it is.
She spent hours getting ready, and it's not that she phoned it in. It's just like, that's the style right now. So I think a Givenchy t-shirt is acceptable, but I also do appreciate a dress code. But now Ruth's Chris is saying that someone in Fat Joe's posse was wearing track pants. Now, this is a whole other issue, because if you talk to She by Sheree, joggers, spring, summer, it's what's happening. And if she was wearing track pants with a heel, and you know, if you go on Revolve anytime, like, you know that that's the look, then that's appropriate. But it's all about how it's dressed, and it becomes subject to just your own opinion, and it's not black and white. So it's case by case, and then that's how people get offended when we're like, who are you to say this isn't nice enough?
100%. Also, just a word to the wise. If Fat Joe and his posse, or any celebrity and their posse, are gracious enough to walk into your fucking restaurant and give you PR, you don't look at what they're wearing. They're celebrities. They transcend dress codes, in my opinion.
I don't know if I agree with that. And also, Ruth and Chris, I did offer them a private room, and they wouldn't take it because they were just like so insulted. But like, that, okay, now life hack, wear a shitty outfit to a restaurant and you'll get a private room.
Yeah, that part is like, that part's a little weird.
Yeah.
Like, take the private room. They're trying to do right by you, and you probably would have gotten a free meal.
Right, especially if you found a hair in it post-meal.
Mm-hmm. I should start bringing a hair. Just like
You don't have to.
Oh, no, I don't have to. Like, go to my garden of hairs and just like...
Pluck.
It's revolting.
Anyways, I just feel like this brings up a larger issue within our society of like people dressing up, you know, and what is acceptable. Because also, like, if you look at the Kardashians, they're a prime example. It's like they wake up at 6 a.m. to start getting glam, and then they go out, and Kim's wearing biker shorts, a sports bra, heels, and a sweatshirt. Technically, I wouldn't call that business casual, but it's fashion, you know? So what's it like?
It's tough.
It's tough. It's a hard line to draw in this like current fashion world where like activewear is high fashion.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I just think this is a larger issue. It goes beyond Ruthless Krista and Fat Joe. You know, they hit the nail on something here.
They did.
They did.
They did.
So when you go to a steakhouse, what do you wear? This?
Whatever I'm wearing. No. I usually wear t-shirt, jeans, or button-down jeans. I'm wearing whatever, like, I'm not thinking about the restaurant. I'm thinking about what's after the restaurant. Where am I going that night?
Right.
Like, the restaurant is not your night. That's where you eat, and then you start your night.
But I feel like if you're going to a steakhouse, I don't eat steak or go to steakhouses, but I would imagine I'd be going for the meal, and then I'm done. Like, I can't go out with a belly full of steak.
So if that's the case, then I'm wearing a button-down.
Okay.
And if that was the case for Fat Joe and his posse, they'd be wearing a button-down.
Understood. And if you, like, what would you say is the best steakhouse in the city? Just in case
it's not in the city. It's in Brooklyn, but it's Peter Luger's. Peter Luger's is really.
It's everything they say it is.
Yeah, it is. It's incredible.
But you don't eat non-kosher steak anymore.
No.
So is that hard for you?
Yeah, and like occasionally I will make an exception on that steak.
Yeah. Why now? Why this steak?
That steak is that good.
Okay, I
would never want to break like what I believe in on something that tasted like shit. Like that's always the biggest fear. It's like, ooh, I'd love this chicken nugget because I'm drunk, but like, ugh. And then you like wake up in the morning like, shit, that tasted like terrible.
Yeah.
Like why did I waste it on a chicken nugget? Like you always want to waste it on something amazing.
Right.
And that is it.
Okay,
it's
good to know.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Our fifth and final story is also going to launch us into our Real Housewives of New York recap because you did watch, and I know you have a lot of thoughts.
I do.
There are rumors swirling that Carole Radziwill might be joining The View. Now, I'm going to read this story with a grain of salt, you guys. After outgoing Mahoney star Carole Radziwill was spotted lunching with top ABC executive near the network's headquarters, insiders became convinced that Radziwill was set to join The View. But network sources tell Page Six that she's not getting a spot on the daytime talk show, which is arguably the only show in town that comes with as much drama as the one she's leaving. Apparently, the exec in question is an old pal of Radziwill's from when Radziwill worked for late newsman Peter Jennings. They were just catching up, says a source, nothing more. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but Carole Radziwill has been planting stories in the media about herself in the past few weeks about some trip she took and how she was in such good spirits, like all this really weird shit that's like so fake, and whoever's writing it up for her, like, I hope you're getting paid well, otherwise what are you doing? Mm-hmm. So this just seems like another one in like this string of fake news stories about her. I don't think there's any way she's joining The View. I think she's in no way qualified, and from what I've heard, The View is doing better than it's done in like 10 years. The ratings are at its height. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it ain't broke, definitely don't add Carole Radziwill. That's just like my take on this.
Yeah.
If anyone from The View is watching. And I feel like she went to this lunch to stir up some shit.
Totally.
Like she's going to ABC.
Yeah, it's also tough. First point, I actually have met Carole a couple of times, and she was very nice. So like whatever I say, nobody be offended. I don't think that she is The View material, and that is that.
Not at all. She could barely hack it on Real Housewives. You're going to go up against Joy.
It's not even that. She's so quiet and like not. It's
Well, if
it's
you
not
watch this season, everyone said she found her voice.
I don't think she found anything. I think that she was just like anti everyone. Like that she wasn't on the offense. She was just like, ooh, like this person said this, like let's talk about it. Like we'll go into last night's episode, but like she was stirring that pot.
She was the straw that stirred the pot.
But like she didn't contribute anything. She was just the straw.
Well, because Sonia says, I'm the straw that stirs the drink. Carol is the straw that stirs the pot. You guys, that was just an amazing reference. And I just
It was really good. Sorry that I missed it.
No, it's okay. It's not your fault. Because, like, you watched last night's episode, and I really appreciate you doing your homework for this show, first of all. I just want to say thank you. The viewers appreciate it, because it's not really as fun for me to talk about Real Housewives by myself.
Sure.
What are your thoughts?
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start with the end and then go back to the beginning.
Love it.
Every single one of the cast members' homes is up for sale. What are they not getting paid, and are they all okay?
Or are they all getting paid and upgrading?
All that I know is that literally, you know how at the end it says like what they're doing next? Like, blah, 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 just rented her home. Blah, 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 put it on the market. Blah, 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 put it on the market. All of them. It was like it was copied and pasted.
You know what's interesting about that? It's like, I feel like all these women this season have really gone through like a rebirth almost, or like an evolution, and they're really on the next stage of their lives, and everyone except for a few who we'll get to are doing like better than ever. And I think a lot of that, like when you're feeling that way, it's like I want a new home. I want a new vibe. Like I'm feeling younger. I want to move downtown. Like I'm feeling more settled. I want to buy a place. Like this home reminds me of my ex-husband. I want to sell it.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it is.
What do you think it is? Do you think
I think that they're all in it together, and they're like, okay, if we tell them to put this on, it's great press for our listings, and they'll sell their houses at more money than they put it out there for.
Well, I just feel like
they're making a quick buck
first of
on
all,
Sotheby's.
What Sonia is doing with her townhouse is brilliant.
What's she doing?
She's renting it out $30,000 a month. People are buying it because, like, first of all, you're getting she has a full townhouse, elevator and all. She renovated it so she could list it. And not only are you in a townhouse for $30,000 a month, you're in Sonia's townhouse. It's a piece of history. Like, that's amazing. And so she's using that money to, like, live somewhere else, probably in a small one-bedroom. Her daughter's in college. She lives alone. She doesn't need all that space. It's really genius, and I'm really, really proud of her. So that makes sense to me. Then Ramona is selling her Hamptons home. Is that what they said? Or it seemed like she was going to.
They're all, yes.
But if she was, like, that also makes sense to me because it was the home she shared with Mario, and she should sell it and get a new home. Also, like, the way she decorated it, like, looked like a model home, and so she's definitely selling it. Then Bethany is a flipper. She flips houses. She's on a new show with Frederick. So regardless of anything that's going on with the other women, she will always be flipping.
Yes.
Dorinda is what's interesting because she, like, low-key, like, lived on the Upper East Side in, like, a one-bedroom apartment, and now I guess she's moving to Midtown. I don't know what that means for her.
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean any. No, but and I also feel like she rents, so this has nothing. It's neither here nor there. Actually, maybe she doesn't rent. I don't fucking know.
The only person, not to talk about anybody's financials that I have absolutely no idea about, I'm just insinuating. I think that Bethany is the only one that we know is doing really well. I can assume that they get paid well from the show.
They get paid really well. But
they also spend really well.
They live expensive lives.
Yeah.
Living in New York is expensive. That's why some of us are moving to Cleveland soon.
Totally. Oh, did you tell that story?
Yeah.
I'm off to Cleveland.
I don't think people know how serious I am about it.
I don't think...
Like, yesterday I had one of those days that I was just, like, yearning for Cleveland.
Is there somebody in those bushes?
There might be. We have a special guest.
Oh, God.
Spooky. Like, I was just sitting in traffic all day in a cab because Uber is non-existent and no AC. And the meter on my cab was broken, so it kept ticking every 3 seconds.
Wow.
And I felt like the Hulk. Like, I wanted
You were just getting more and more angry.
More and more angry. And I was just dreaming of Cleveland, of this land I've never been to.
Speaking of Ubers and taxis, I am a new Via rider, and I love it.
You're Via proud?
$5 and it takes 5 extra minutes. And I get in my car. You get in the front seat. If you're in the back seat and you're sitting next to a stranger, it kind of sucks.
The key to Via is the front seat. No, not even sitting next to a stranger. If you get pushed to the back.
Oh, I mean, that would just never happen.
If you're the last person in the car, you're in the back. You
Would
got
never
to get
happen.
in the front. Actually, you know what? You guys should get in the back. I'll stay in the front.
The front's great.
The front's great.
Yeah, then it's just like a free trip.
Yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying it because
I'm
we really like blew the lid off of it when we talked about the Uber Via taxi situation on the last show.
Yeah.
We were hit the nail on the
Oh,
head.
I thought you were saying that like that led to something.
No.
No, we did.
We opened up a lot of eyes.
We did.
And what I didn't say that I wanted to say is that I guess it was almost, I was in high school, so it must have been like 8 years ago now, when the city like spent millions of dollars to put taxis in TVs, which is the worst fucking idea of all time on a number of levels. First of all, no one needs to watch TV in a taxi. First of all. Second of all, you don't even play anything other than your own commercials. And third of all, it's nauseating as fuck. And fourth of all, it was expensive and you could have used that money on air conditioning. Instead, taxi drivers are taking the vents out of their air conditioning and shoveling them to the back seat.
Yes.
And like, if you want to get a breeze of air, you have to like stick your head in this big tin AC. It's the jankiest shit alive. And I can't believe that is like,
I know.
We're New York City. We're the greatest city in the
I
world
know.
except for Cleveland. And like, this is the mode of transportation that not only do we have, that the government is pushing on us. Like, this is the way of the future. This big AC vent that's coming, that the driver had to yank because it's only in the front and shove it in the back. It's like a tunnel. If you guys haven't seen it, it's the craziest thing of all time.
The issue, though, to me, is not the taxi TV. It's the partition, which is exactly what you're talking about. Like, when you get in an Uber, there's no partition. I don't know another word to
Yeah, partition.
Driver
roll up the partition,
so the
please.
air flows back.
Right.
Instead of having that janky tube. The taxi TV, I'm not going to lie, when I'm stuck in traffic, I don't mind watching a little set from Jimmy Fallon.
Oh my God, it makes me so nauseous. When I first started
Also, they make money, but in turn, they should lower fares because they're advertising. The city's got to make a ton of money from ABC and NBC. They're constantly advertising on there.
Yeah, sure, but like they could also advertise on the side of a bus.
No, sure.
Like,
they also do that.
Like there's other ways.
The city's selling out.
Oh my God, and it's horrible. But also everyone turns off those TVs. Aside from you, apparently.
I
the
do.
The second they get in.
No, I do when
I
get nauseated.
Doo-doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Which one is
that? The jingle from Taxi TV.
Oh, yeah. And, no, I love the one with Alex Trebek playing Jeopardy in the cab.
Yeah,
What
it
is
makes
that?
you feel like a genius.
Yeah, like, what color is, this cab is blank color. Like, that's like what is yellow? Like, the questions are so easy.
Right.
And like, if you've ever watched Jeopardy, the real questions are so hard.
Right.
So it does make you feel like a genius.
It does make you feel like a genius. Okay, we have a lot of questions for you. So before we bring out Catherine, I'm going to get to a few of them because I would be remiss if I did not, you know?
Okay.
So we do this segment called Dear Toasters. And we give advice to people. And a lot of people have asked you to give your advice on a couple of the situations we've spoken
Okay.
on. So I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version.
I love
yesterday.
advice.
One girl has a boyfriend. They've been together a really long time, loves him, everything's really good. But she has a best friend who's like weirdly like obsessed with him. Like just like when they were at her family, the friend's family gathering, like, and the boyfriend was talking to the friend's like family. She was like taking videos, like, oh my, like also almost acting like he's her boyfriend, like just being like third wheel to the max and like crossing a line. Like, what would you do? And she likes this girl. She wants to stay friends, but like, it's not cool.
How close are the two girls?
Best friends.
Since before the boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth losing a friend over.
No, I'm saying since before the boyfriend. Even if they plan on getting married, the two. Is the other girl in a relationship?
No.
Is she a little sad?
I don't know her.
But I'm just saying, assume she's a little sad. That would be my guess. Have a little sympathy because she is not trying to steal your man. She is just trying to not lose her friend. And she feels that if she shows how much she loves the boyfriend, then she'll be included. That's my opinion. Like, I've seen this before, and like all that you want to do is say, like, get the fuck away from my man. Like, he's not yours, he's mine. But she's not trying to steal him. That being said, if she is trying to steal him, cut her.
You're a lot more patient than we are.
It's tough. It's tough because you know that the only reason why the friend is being such a creepster with the boyfriend is because she's hiding something else.
What if she's in love with him?
Some insecurities. That's a totally different story.
Okay.
If she's in love with him, then you got to tell her to back the fuck off. I don't think that's what it is.
Okay, appreciate it.
Is that bad advice?
No, I actually,
Okay.
like, it's interesting because Claudia and I pretty much agreed on what to do, and you just have a totally new perspective, which, if you're out there, girl, listening, think about it. Some logistics about your toilet tunes. Where do you do them? Is that at your office? Don't people hear you?
It's in my office, and they don't hear me because the music is coming from the bathroom. Like somebody curates a bomb-ass playlist
Same with the
every
bathroom here.
single day. Like the music transcends all generations from rap to like 30s fiddle. Like it is unbelievable music.
Wow.
And the only reason why I don't do it all the time is because sometimes people love my toilet tunes and sometimes they're like, all right, like we know that you're taking a dump and this is gross.
Yeah,
so like I can't tell if the people really like it.
I understand. Well, I actually was in Bloomingdale's the other day, and I was in the bathroom, and I had my own experience with toilet tunes because the bathroom attendant was singing, and I wanted to toilet tunes you, but it's just a lot to like.
It's weird.
You know, it's a lot going on. Like I had to grab my phone from my bag, which is on the hook up there, and it's like that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever thought about starting a Foodie Instagram account?
No, because I just like it to be a part of what my Instagram stories are.
Yeah.
I eat out a lot. I'm going to show my food. I'm going to try and make it fun and not like so serious, like with the hair. No, not going to start a separate Instagram account. Just going to keep evolving Boy With No Job if I ever get back in.
Got it. Also, you have said before on this show, I believe, that Sushi Seki is the best sushi in the city.
It's not anymore.
It's not, and so I was going to ask you, is this place that you went to?
It is.
What's it called?
It's called Ishikawa.
Is it new?
Yes.
And do you is it hard to get a reservation? How does it work?
Very hard. I think it's over a month wait list. Incredibly worth it.
How'd you get in? Who'd you go with? Not me.
I went with Nathan.
Oh.
And a client.
Oh, and a worthy guest.
Yes, he has been 20 times because he brings his clients there. So I was just like tagging along, and it was the best meal of my whole life. Wow. It is a pretty penny. It is. You will not get out of there under $200 a person. But so it's not for the everyday. It's for the birthday, the special occasion. Okay. But I'm telling you, it is worth it. Usually when you go to a place that's like that expensive and like that, it's not fancy, like that expensive, the food is almost not edible, if you know what I mean. Like they try and do so much. They're like, this is like the king crab leg that's been sitting under an ancient snail in the ground and tastes like horse shit.
It's squirrel food.
Exactly. Or like pineapple, like not pineapple, whatever. I've eaten like weird stuff when you go to a really expensive restaurant because they just like get the rarest food to give you. Yeah. The rarest thing that this guy uses is pounds and pounds of fresh black truffle and caviar. Wow. That is how it becomes so expensive. There's literally just, I don't know if you saw in one of my Instagram stories, he gave me a spoonful of beluga caviar. Wow. That I just went down the hatch. It was unbelievable. You should all go. Save up. It is worth it for one meal.
Okay, one and done.
It's the best.
If you could have dinner with one famous person, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Wow, what a question. If I could have dinner with one famous person, dead or alive, who would it be? It would definitely be a basketball player. Because they're the only ones that like really rev my engine. Michael Jordan? Kobe.
What would you ask him?
Shaq. I take it back. Shaq and Kobe, they can come together.
I feel like if you play your cards right in this lifetime, you can get to dinner with Shaq.
I would love to get to dinner with Shaq somehow. I would talk about everything. He's just a jack of all trades. Like, not only is he, in my opinion, the most dominant center of all time in basketball, he is hysterical. He was in movies. I think I mentioned this last time. Kazam.
Yeah, you told everyone to watch it.
He's a DJ. He's just like so cool and does whatever the hell he wants and is massive and fun.
Yeah, no, he's massive.
Massive.
Well, now that you've done this twice and you're doing it again next week, you're co-hosting with Claudia.
Great.
Did you know that?
I didn't.
Okay, yeah. I'm really excited.
Co-hosting with Claude.
I know. Isn't that going to be crazy?
It's going to be crazy just because we're just going to talk over each other a ton.
Right, but it's going to be hilarious.
Actually, I'm going to have to take a back seat.
I know, because I really put you in the...
Oh, I'm in this chair.
You're in this chair next time. It's nice.
Good morning.
What's your side? This side or that side?
I don't know.
It's good not to have a side. Anyways,
I don't think I have a side.
So do you have like this hosting bug now? Like, do you think you're gonna like go off and start your own podcast?
I mean, it's funny that you should say that. I've been in negotiations for 4 months on my own podcast,
really?
And it's coming close to an end.
That's end in like a start, or
it's an end in a start.
That's so exciting.
I haven't told you about this?
I think you did, but I guess it's been so long.
It's been so long that you forgot about it. Yeah, there are a lot of legal hoops to jump through and contract negotiations. But yes, I'm starting a sports humor podcast.
That's
with,
exciting.
with two of my boys.
Oh, right. We did talk about
Yes.
this. Yes, I remember.
I'm not going to say the name. I'm going to have a big launch. Maybe I'll come here and launch it.
Ooh.
Do any of the viewers like sports?
Of course.
Okay.
The Toasters are well-rounded as hell.
They're well-rounded. Great.
Yeah.
So you'll enjoy this. You'll enjoy this.
Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back. We're taking a quick break. We'll be back with Catherine Cooper from Southern Charm Savannah. I'm so excited. You guys have great questions for her, and we just need to get to the bottom of what's going on in this show because, like, I watch a lot of reality TV, and I think I'm pretty smart, and I have no fucking clue what's happening. So thank you, Ben, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'll see you next Thursday.
You'll see them next Thursday, and we will be back shortly. We are back with Catherine Cooper from Southern Charm Savannah. If you're not watching on Bravo, you absolutely must because it is such a good show. And last season was great, but this season was even better because the cast is evolving. I like the changes that they've made. And we have a lot of questions for you about just how the cast came together and how you got involved with the show.
Okay. I guess when they were first starting to think about franchising the show, Landon, we knew each other, so she kind of recommended that they talk to me as a liaison in Savannah to help kind of like figure out which people would be good to start interviewing and to do videos. And they kept coming, would be here for a week and then they'd be gone for 2 months. And it was like, this is never gonna happen. But this is fun. It's like a great distraction from my actual job. And then a year later, all of a sudden it was like Bravo like honed in on this group of people that are actual friends.
Right.
From Savannah. And we were like, oh my gosh, like jaw drop, what? Bravo just picked up 8 episodes? Like never in my life did I imagine that actually happening.
That's so crazy. That must have been like so exciting. When you started the show, like how, were you like skeptical or were you just like all in, ready to do it and like put your life on TV?
No, was definitely not ready to put my life on TV. It's hard because when you are friends, I think it's a very different dynamic than Charleston, whereas, they're different age ranges and really come from, different cities. But when you're from Savannah, you have your parents, your grandparents, you know everyone. So it's a little hard to put yourself out there considering this is your hometown.
Yeah.
And everybody knows you and you're friends with these people. Not to mention having a camera in your face and never having done this in your life.
Right.
Yeah, no.
But you cotton to it really well. Like your interviews are always so funny, and I feel like you just have like a good personality. Like for television, I feel like people really are liking you, and that must be a good feeling.
I hope they like me.
Yeah. Is it hard to watch yourself on TV and like deal with the feedback, both positive and negative?
It's definitely hard to watch myself on TV. I can hardly listen to my own voicemail, so to hear my voice every Monday night, I'm like, oh gosh, I sound like I have marbles in my mouth half the time, like I'm mumbling. But no, I mean,
it's good.
The feedback, I think, like you were saying earlier, you have lots of questions because there's a lot of confusion. I think people are confused as well.
Right.
So it's like hard to know which direction or which side to choose because obviously we've had 5 episodes air, but there's still so much more to come, and a lot of those questions will be answered. So I think people are confused as to which side to choose.
Right.
Or
it's very ambiguous, which also makes it a good show because it's not like, production is telling you whose side to be on or like who's right and who's wrong, and there's a lot of questions. I feel like this past episode answered a lot of them, or some of them, whereas before it was just like, I feel like there's something that happened that we didn't see, but then we had Daniel on the show, and we're like, what's going on that we're not seeing? He's like, we're all asking the same question too. By the way, we love Daniel. He's been on the show 3 times now, and he is a friend of the Toast. So just want to shout out to Daniel. But how has the town of Savannah like taken to the show? Have they embraced it? How has it been?
I think with any reality show coming to town, they were a little skeptical, opening up their doors. People going to be, lifting up tables and screaming at each other. No, that's not how it is. So once they saw the first season evolve, the second season, they were much more open to, oh my gosh, yes, please come film here. Or, more like asking for us to film there versus in the beginning where they were like, no, we're good.
Right.
But I think they are a little more excited. I mean, it's just, Savannah's a small town, so I think it's just fun just to see like your friends on TV. It's kind of like, people have secondhand embarrassment for us. I totally get it. But for the most part, I think it's been well received.
That's great.
At least to my face.
Right. So obviously we have a lot of questions about you and Lyle. At the end of last season, he attempted to propose, and that did not go his way. A lot of people want to know, like, that was totally real, correct?
Yes.
Did you see it coming at all?
No.
No. So that was
Hence the reaction.
Right. So you were, like, upset at him for doing that.
Well, it was one of those things that we had talked about several times together. And, when you haven't lived in the same city for probably 10 years, you move back the second week that the show is airing. I had a full-time job trying to manage the show, I had my own routine for 5 years. Like,
right.
That's just, you have to get used to being by yourself. So Monday through Friday, I had my own routine. So, he comes back, you have the show, you have the job. It was very stressful. So in those 7 weeks leading up to the final episode, like we had talked about, it was like, we need some time to like have a normal life and really figure things out without the show. And he agreed that we had lots of things to kind of consider. And I know it came from a good place, but it was definitely not the right time.
Totally. And I feel like on this past episode, other people of your friend group are starting to understand that. Like when you're having that conversation with Brandon and he like really started to see your side of things a bit. I thought that was just really nice and like explanatory for the people who really are like, what is going on between them?
And it's very hard to explain that, as you can see. We have known each other for 15 years and we have been on and off. He went to college, I was still in high school. I went to college, he came back to Savannah. I lived in New York, I went to Europe, he went to Atlanta. So we've been all over, but we've obviously have the same friends. We've always found our way back to each other. But for the past 15 years, we have not been exclusive. But
right.
when we were committed, we were both committed. And thank goodness that we have dated other people, because that would be kind of crazy if, at 15 you hadn't had other experiences in your life. So yes, he's dated other people, I've dated other people, and y'all are just now seeing us in this stage. And, I think people have been confused for a long time, but he and I know what's going on. And I feel like it's, very hard to express it in very like detailed language because it has been so much history.
Right. And we don't get to see that.
Right.
So where do the two of you stand right now?
Well, if I told you that, then I would ruin the rest of the season. So
This
you
is
just have
true.
to watch.
We will be watching. That's very exciting. So you have some new cast members this season. Mm-hmm. Brandon and Haygood, and
Yes.
I'm loving them. Like, I feel like with any show, bringing on new cast members is always hard for the viewers, for the cast, like to just integrate them, but they mesh really well with the group.
Brandon is so funny. When we film, I'm like, oh my gosh, you can not say half the things you're saying.
Right. He's
And,
so funny.
like guilty by association. He is so funny, and he was on it last year with me, and they brought him on full time, and he has really brought great different element to the show.
I totally agree.
He is sassy, and he just is quick-witted and spot on about pretty much every topic he chooses to discuss.
Right, because the rest of the guys on the show are like, it's hard to watch sometimes. And also they are like man children, like them going out every night and then like shaming Daniel for like trying to work out and be a morning person. Like, what's wrong with that? I don't know.
I guess they've just known him for so long to see this immediate change. They're automatically calling BS. But, I think Daniel has really progressed in the past year, and this is really his new focus. And it's hard for them to get on board because they've known this party boy for so long.
Right.
He's always the life of the party. So to see this side, it's kind of like, I guess this is the new Daniel.
So this is like a pattern we're starting to see in the Southern Charm franchise where like the men kind of don't want to grow up, want to go out every night till 4 a.m., which just like, I understand like once in a blue moon, like a 4 a.m. night is so fun, but every night just sounds like torture. So is this like specific to the South? Is that why we're seeing it like come up as an issue on the both shows?
In Savannah, with guys, I think there is just prolonged adolescence, regardless of where you live. And it's also about the access. Lyle lives downtown, Louis lives downtown, but then Daniel doesn't live downtown. So I think, they both are, have great jobs, but there's this other side of them that just wants to let loose and hit the town. I can't do it anymore.
No, me neither.
Yeah. And I would try to run with them, and I was like, I would feel so terrible the next day. I was like, I can't do it. Like, I can't run with the big boys anymore.
So do they just like not get hungover? Like, what's the deal? Or they just don't care?
They don't go out all the time. I think it's definitely, when you're filming, there's much more of a tendency to go out and talk about, the season and, oh my gosh, can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
And just the camaraderie. I don't know. You'll have to ask them.
I will. I definitely will.
Actually, I'll have to go back to that because Louis claims that he doesn't get hungover, which I'm like, how in the hell is that even possible? And I know Lyle gets hungover.
Right.
So I think it's just how he manages it, and apparently Louis doesn't get hungover.
Oh my God, if only. But then like my whole life would go to shit just because I wouldn't do anything else. And then we see on next week's episode, Ashley is joining the party. Question mark. Who invited her?
Let's see. What is this? Is this the party at my house?
Yes.
Or is this okay. I actually included her.
That's nice of you.
Yes. So she came over. Brandon, Hannah, and I had a conversation with her. You know, she's been really trying to make an effort to apologize about some of the things that she did and said last season. And, you know, everyone deserves a second chance. So it's kind of like,
Here's your chance.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like that mentality. I'm excited to see it next week. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me. That was too easy.
Where can everyone follow you?
On Instagram and Snapchat. I got a new phone, so now I'm about to up all my social media.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got a lot
Premium.
of content to roll out. So
For
I'm
sure.
very excited to share. My Instagram is CCOOOPER.
Confusing.
I know.
CCOOOPER. You can watch Southern Charm Savannah Monday nights on Bravo. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see how everything plays out.
Me too, girl.
Bye. Oh, I am gone, leaving, no show tomorrow, Summer Fridays. Hey, I'll be back next Monday. I'm going away on vacation. I'm very excited. And you can follow my vacation journey at Jackie O Problems. Mwah. We will see you on Monday, Claudia and Taylor Strecker.